Chelsea finally showed us she has a backbone, and we avoided seeing those damn insecure tears. Thank God. Jimmy showed us, he got jokes. Laura became likable after reading Sarah Ann and Jeremey to fifth, but I could never give her 10s. Jessica just talked way too much, but she made the reunion her moment, that's for sure. So let's get into it. As you all know, the Love is Blind reunion just dropped, and there is so much to talk about. So instead of creating an hour-long video with all my thoughts and opinions, I am going to do a breakdown where in this video I get, into the chaos of Laura, Jeremey, Sarah Ann, Chelsea, Jimmy, and Jessica. Those are a lot of names, which means there's a lot to get into. So if you would like to hear my thoughts on the other couples, check out the links in the video popping up on the screen right now and, have at it. But before I dive into this review, y'all already know what to do. Like this video and show your girl some love. Comment your thoughts because I already know you have them. And of course, hit that subscribe button, baby, and join the queendom. First thing first, we are getting into the disruptive doodle bird brains that is Jeremey and Sarah Ann. And Lord knows I don't want to start with them, but hell, the reunion started with them, so I might as well too. Now first, why did production play in our face and ask us if we wanted to see who Jeremey is dating now? And then when it was revealed, it was Sarah Ann coming behind the doors as if she was like some sort of surprise guest. Please, we did not want to see her at all. And then I feel like they was forcing the crowd to clap for the foolishness, because if I was there or if I was on a production team, baby, crickets, quiet. Nobody would be clapping. Nobody would be talking. Silence. Because that's all they get. Nothing. Period. But I screamed when somebody said, oh, not the kiss, when she came out and kissed him. When I say that would have been me and that would have been the outburst I probably would have said, because it's really the audacity of these two. Now, don't get me wrong. We are always happy when people find love. But the way those two moved was disgusting and just flat out wrong. And there's nothing no one can say to justify it. And then Sarah Ann is such a... I don't know what to call her, but it was very telling that she knew how wrong her and Jeremey was when Vanessa introduced that Laura called in through Zoom to join in on the reunion. And Sarah Ann asked Jeremey if they should clap for her. Like, girl, why are you asking him? Do you not have a mind of your own? And then Jeremey talking about some no. Like, boy, we don't care if y'all clap or not. Y'all are in the hot seat, not Laura. Granted, Laura isn't perfect. She is not perfect. But she also did not deserve what happened to her because of the likes of you two. Anyways, everything about Jeremey and Sarah Ann was a masterclass on what not to do. So let's fully break this down. Jeremey got called out for being engaged right before going on the show. And although he admitted that he was engaged and that, he did tell the ladies in the pod, it does not take away the fact that you clearly left the woman you was engaged to just to come on this show. He claimed, he was already doing his own thing. But even still, the timeline of you being engaged and then being accepted into the experiment was still not long enough for you to just go on and jump right into another engagement. Like, I called bull immediately. Like, he's a fucking And then we have to get into the lying he did with sharing his location with Laura and saying he was in one place when really he was kicking it with Sarah Ann at her place while his soon-to-be wife was at home asleep. His defense was that, he did not do anything with Sarah Ann, but that was not the question. And that was not a good excuse, because it does not matter if y'all did anything or not. Y'all had no business being with each other, period, especially at 5 something in the morning. Like, are you dumb? Talking about he didn't have anything to hide. It was never about you hiding anything. It was always about the disrespect, and you just had no business doing it, idiot. Baby, Laura was on that Zoom call giving all the looks, and she was just over it and over him and all the BS he was saying to save face. But the damage was already done, and it was nothing Jeremey can do to save himself or Sarah Ann. I don't even think he cared to save Sarah Ann. He was trying to save himself. It's just like they were a sinking ship, and baby, it was really over for them. Like, it was just over. And then all the girls on the couch just started going down their throat. Like, they was on a boom. Jessica, boom, Chelsea, boom, AD, like, they was on him. Well, on them, I shouldn't say him, but they was on them, just letting them have it. But really, what took me out and really took the cake was when Sarah Ann said she don't have a relationship with none of the other ladies. And Chelsea, out of all people, took the moment to call Sarah Ann out about unfollowing all the ladies, but, you know, continuing to follow their fiancés. But what really had Sarah Ann stuck was when, you know, Chelsea brought up that every time she had done seen Jeremy, which was like 2 times, he told her that him and Sarah Ann had done broken up. So 2 times she just randomly see him, y'all broken up? Baby, that gagged me, that gagged Chelsea, that gagged the couch, that gagged the crowd, and that gagged Sarah Ann. She was more gagged than any of us because I can tell she just didn't know Jeremy was out there, you know, telling their business. While, you know, she's probably been trying to hold it down and keep their problems in the house and things of that nature. Ooh, child. But it just goes to show that their relationship would not last because it's already rocky. And they are only trying to, you know, put up this united front because they want everyone to see that they are good. But baby, they are cracking like the Titanic. And in due time, Sarah Ann will be the one that gets hurt the most because it's clear as day Jeremy does not care for her. And Sarah Ann will reap all that she sowed. And Jeremy is such a lame ass dude because why was he out here competing with Jimmy on who looks more like a villain? Whole time, Jimmy in his own little world trying to figure out his own shit. He don't even got time to think about Jeremy. And then Jeremy, you supposed to be real cool with him, but whole time you talking down on him every chance you get. Like, Jeremy is truly a piece of shit. And he is actually the horrible person we all thought Jimmy was. Now, Jimmy got his demons too. But still, when it comes to them two, it was always Jeremy. It was never Jimmy. So I'm glad that came to light. But that Sarah Ann is going to regret everything moving forward with him. I promise you that. And I'm so glad that they clocked Sarah Ann's post about her saying the show is just for, their entertainment. Because her doing that was actually putting a negative light on the show and the experience. Because people should not be going on this show to entertain. But they should be going on the show to find love and to marry somebody. Like, that is the sole purpose of the show. Yes, some things may be entertaining, but it should be genuine entertainment, not fake made up entertainment. And I'm glad it was talked about because this show is on the line when it comes to authenticity. I'm just glad that Laura was able to say her piece and let them know how they made a mockery of her and of her life, because it was definitely a better route they could have taken if they wanted to be together, and it did not have to be at the expense of messing up that girl's life. But moving on to Chelsea, Jimmy, and Jessica. First off, when and how the hell did Jessica and Chelsea become such good friends that Jessica's daughter is now calling Chelsea auntie? Like, I don't know. It's a bit weird to me. Yes, being cool and cordial is fine because, y'all are adults and y'all can move on and move forward. But the Auntie Chelsea thing, I don't like that. I don't know. Also, even though many people feel like Jessica was still into Jimmy after meeting him and seeing him, I just don't believe that. I just do not think it's true that she was still into him after that, or she found him attractive. I think she was just playing a role. Because if she did, was still feeling him, she wouldn't have gotten so close to Chelsea knowing that she can potentially be around a man she still has feelings for. I think Jessica was pretending to still be into him, but now that it is, all out in the open, she don't have to pretend anymore. But man, Jessica had me very up and down with her during this reunion, because there was times I was like, yes, Jess, you ate that. Like when, she told Sarah Ann, just because you are the loudest in the room doesn't mean you are the most noticeable. I like that. I did. She ate that one little thing. She ate that. But then there were times I wanted her to shut up because I felt like, she was just having a therapy session on the show. And she wasn't even on the show that long for her to even have as much time as she did. And I feel like she was just dragging things out. And I was like, okay, now, you're losing me. Like, when Vanessa asked her if, she was still friends with Jimmy, since she is now so close with Chelsea, She said that she thought they were friends, but she felt like Jimmy was talking bad about her during, some of his interviews because he was making it seem like Jess was hammering him about them continuing to explore their connection. And he also said that production gave her a good edit. In a way, trying to, say, she was being fake or putting on for the camera, and they was able to edit it to look like, she was a good person. I feel like even though Jess knew what she was saying while confronting Jimmy, I also feel like she knew it wasn't as deep as she was trying to make it, seem, because she was stumbling over her words. Granted, Jimmy did lie in the interviews, and we saw the footage on the reunion of how, they was talking for like 2 hours, and he was perfectly fine with it. Like, he never made it seem like, she was hammering him. But also, it was not that deep. And she had me thinking the man was out here saying, she was a low down, dirty with a pretty face and all type of shit. But to me personally, it wasn't that deep. Now, I will say that Jimmy did not do a good job explaining himself. But even still, I just don't think it was as deep as Jessica made it. But maybe, just maybe, she was really hurt. So hopefully, they both got clarity and moved on and laid it all to rest. Now, let me talk about Chelsea really quick before wrapping up this recap. First thing first, let me say that I am proud of Chelsea. We did not get any tears. She did not show any insecurities. And she took, some accountability for her actions. So I can clap it up for her. I mean, she really came into this reunion on a redemption tour. Like, y'all are not going to think I'm just some weak ass. So, with that being said, I was happy that she had her moment with Trevor and let him know that she just felt like something was off with him, and that was the reason, she didn't choose him. Now, I can't lie. I think she was lying when she said that, because I feel like she, felt she did make the wrong choice. At some point, she felt like she made the wrong choice. Even though she never said it, there was just certain moments she would have with Jimmy where she would give looks as if she made the wrong decision. And also when she met him, as in Trevor, when she met Trevor at that little lake or whatever they was at, she was just too giggly for me. But other than that, I'm just glad she got the things that she needed to get off her chest. I'm also happy they at the reunion, Nick and Vanessa brought up the whole Megan Fox debacle and debate that Chelsea had us on social media going through. Cause baby, Megan Fox, the baddest of all bad white women, Megan Fox. Not saying you're an ugly young lady, Chelsea, but Megan Fox? No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No. But that wasn't the question they needed to ask her. Because I didn't care about the Megan Fox thing. Like, we already had our feelings and thoughts about that. That wasn't what they needed to ask her. But what they should have asked her was, how the hell did she feel about Jessica telling Jimmy he was going to need an EpiPen after he chose you over her? Because I feel like Jessica was low-key comparing her looks to Chelsea because, she knew what Chelsea looked like. It was Jimmy that didn't. Even though the damn show is called Love is Blind. I would have loved to get her thoughts on that since the both of them are so bestie now. Overall, I think we got a lot out of the couples, and I'm pretty satisfied with the reunion. I mean, yes, and granted, there was some things, they could have gotten more of if we just had erased everything that had to do with the couples from the previous seasons. But the reunion wasn't a complete bust, so I'll just take the win for what it is. But enough of my rambling. Head over to my channel and check out my other recaps on the other couples. Like this video and show your girl some love. Drop a comment below and let's discuss your thoughts on this season. And last but certainly not least, subscribe and join the queen, baby. Bye.